How did growing up in the hood affect my character? Um, I would say, there's a lot of hoods all over the nation as well as all over the world. A lot of people come from um, a lot of areas that are struck by poverty and whatnot. But what I'll say is, where I grew up, I pretty much went to the streets. And like when I was a kid, I went to the streets because um, my mom's, she was always working. She was just working 24/7, and she was barely making a living. And she was barely providing for us. So I was always at the crib, on my own, and it just reached the point where I was like, yo, I need to get out. And I would go out, and the people in my neighborhood, were just real street, real hood. It was a lot of people in my neighborhood who were hustling. What I'm saying? Who were in gangs, who were players and pimps, who were thieves. What I'm saying? And it's not like I went out and I was like, you know what? I want to make friends with these people. That's just who is around. You know what I'm saying? Those were the people who pretty much looked out for me when I was coming up, and I learned a lot from them. What I'm saying? It's most of them real cool people. What I'm saying? Majority of them, I'm still cool with. It's it's not like they weren't my friends. They were still my friends. Despite the things that were taking place in the area I was living in. Um, I think a lot of people. Well, let me rephrase that. I think there's certain people who that they come from the hood, and it's like they just stick with the the daily routine and the daily habits that take place in that area. And I try to steer away from that because I'm not trying to be surrounded by, I guess you could say, certain situations that take place in the hood. You see what I'm saying? It's like I definitely appreciate everything that it made me, but I'm at a point now in my life where I'm moving on towards something bigger and better. So there's certain things I just have to cancel out that I can't really do like I used to do back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Just because it'll put me in a contradicting situation or under conflicting circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much there's certain things you got to let go when you leave the hood. You know what I'm saying? But I still got a lot of love for the hood. The only thing is, um, as you evolve as a person, sometimes you got to grow up and you got to deal with grown up issues. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I try to focus on. I'm definitely trying to make it so that way, once things get really big and better for me and my situation, I'll be able to come back and help out a lot of the people that are still under those circumstances, whether I know them or not. And that's my main objective. That's one of my main goals in life, is to be able to help out people who are underprivileged, and who, due to the circumstances in their area, have no other choice but to resort to, negative activities. And that's what I represent. And I want people to understand that, because it's not like I'm downplaying people that are from that area. It's not even like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just I'm acknowledging the situation and the circumstances and the conditions that these people who I really care for are living under. So I think it definitely made me a stronger person. Like my pops wasn't around, so I had to find father figures through different people, in the hood and whatnot. And I think it's difficult for anybody who's growing up without a pops. You know what I'm saying? You got your pops and he's a good dad or whatever. He definitely steers you in the right direction. But when that person isn't in your life, you're left with a lot of obstacles. And sometimes the people who help you with those obstacles are people that are, involved in not so positive things. But that doesn't mean that they're not looking out for your best interests, at the end of the day. So looking at the big picture, I would have to say everybody that I knew as I was coming up, in the different hoods that I lived in, definitely played a positive role and made a positive impact on my life, and I really appreciate it, what I'm saying? But yeah, it definitely made me a stronger person, much wiser, when it comes to making my decisions, you know. So I definitely don't take for granted everything that I gain. You know what I'm saying? It's not like anything was given to me on a silver platter. You know, I had to work hard for everything that I've got till this day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still working hard for it. And and I think becoming a very hard worker and pursuing your dreams and pursuing your goals in life is very positive. So I'd like to thank the hood for having that influence on me. You feel me? All right.